Hey folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. So big day of live streaming today. Had some good interaction. I guess today I was just motivated to do a lot of YouTube stuff. And thanks to all the subscribers, and keep subscribing, and draft people from the streets to subscribe. Now let's talk about the topics of the day. I'm going to make this movie review quick because I want to get into this Dog the Bounty Hunter debate, which I think is pretty relevant and also very timely and interesting. But first, on this Transformers movie, instant movie review. The animation was great. I had never seen this thing before. I was not a Transformers kid. I was not a young guy who liked Transformers that much. I liked more like He Man. And I was not even into G.I. Joe, to be honest. By the time all that stuff was around, I was into pro wrestling. And but this Transformers movie, I'm glad I saw it. I told some friends I saw it, and of course they're upset. They wanted to see it, but hey, if you've been following the movie theaters, they've been doing great movie releases, re-releases of the Rocky films, and ET, and all types of re-releases, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I can't hold the hand of everyone. If you want to be informed of the movies being re-released, then get the apps and go to the movies. I can't live your life for you. But the movie I thought was pretty good. Spoilers, I guess. Optimus Prime, getting killed. Peace, the song. See, when I was coming up in the game, that You Got the Touch song, I always thought that was from the movie Boogie Nights. I didn't realize it was from this Transformers thing. Very 80s, very Karate Kid. But I like this Transformers movie. I can't really criticize it. I just enjoyed it. The theater was packed full of neckbeards, guys 35 to 40, and that's fine. Everyone's reliving their youth. They had some cute shorts before it, like some stop animation shorts that people had made with the Transformers. And so I thought it was a good time. Once again, the movies are going on, folks. The movie theaters are a hip happening place. They're really trying to stay in business. And I'd appreciate it if people would go to the fucking movie theater instead of me just doing these reviews into a vacuum. In any event, let's talk about this Dog the Bounty Hunter scenario. I just watched a couple of news clips. Dog the Bounty Hunter kind of apparently he was on a honeymoon. And I don't know much about Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm not a big fan. I'm not against the guy. I just don't know much about him. And I never really watched his show. I don't think I watched one full episode of Dog the Bounty Hunter. But apparently, I know who the guy is. I don't live under a fucking rock, So, I mean, the guy is in Florida. He's on his fucking honeymoon. His friends are telling him about this Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case. He gets intrigued. Apparently, he claims that he felt a personal connection because I guess Dog had a daughter, 22 years old, who was killed in a tragic car accident. So Dog decides to take it upon himself to hit the Laundrie family home and knock on the door. And you can hear the fucking, I mean, this is a soap opera, folks. You can hear the mom calling the police 911. We've got this strange man yelling. The machine said, "We've got Dog the Bounty Hunter knocking on our door." But I mean, what a world. I mean, these people might be guilty of accomplishing, but in some weird way, you got to feel bad for these people because they didn't ask, for their son to kill a fucking guy. You know what I mean? Josh Johnson chiming in. I'm in Florida, and they are in my area, give or take 30 to 60 minutes. Yeah, interesting, Josh. Very interesting, buddy. Regarding the Dog and Gabby Petito. Yeah, so the thing is, I just caught a couple of clips, and there was a lady on the news who I guess is a former FBI person or former police investigator, whatever her credentials, and she's basically saying that Dog's uh, involvement could actually be bad for the case. That he could be revealing stuff as far as Brian Laundrie's whereabouts that maybe the police or the FBI are withholding from the general public. But I think here's the thing. I understand the frustration of the general public and the interest of a guy like Dog because the FBI or the police in that Florida area, they had Brian Laundrie in their fucking hand and they let him slip through their fingertips, right? They knew that the guy was back in town without the fiance, the girlfriend Gabby. They could have had his house under surveillance if they really wanted to. I mean, for the cost of having one police officer or a camera set up or the phones tapped or whatever the fuck the police do, they could have tapped into the surveillance on this guy. I'm not sure how old Laundry is. I know she was 22, but they could have had one person or a couple of people around the clock surveilling him. Instead, slips of the fucking fingertips, and they're spending all this money to go searching through the reserve, which could have been a false lead from the fucking family. And if they were asked, well, why did you go search into this reserve? Well, because Brian's family told us that's where he went. Well, why are you listening to them if they're not giving you any fucking information? So when it comes to this dog, the bounty hunter, taking things into his own hands, how can you blame him or blame the sleuths on the internet for investigating this case? If this family is coming to the public and saying, please, look for our daughter and please help us find our daughter, and then people like Dog are doing stuff like that, or all these other, fucking self-important internet people, how can you blame them? That's what people do these days. And so this lady, this former police officer, FBI lady, was saying, well, maybe Dog's interested in self-promotion, or maybe he is, but he's probably doing more than she is, this critic. So I don't know what to say. I don't have the fucking answers, and it's true. Maybe Dog's giving out information that is going to. The basic idea of her critique was, if he's giving out information about a location, and then that location gets compromised by people who are looking into it, perhaps that'll do something bad, which is accurate, and that's a possibility. But I think just the general public and people like Dog feel like there hasn't been enough done, or the case hasn't been handled properly, or they could have surveilled this kid, this Brian fuck, for a week, but they let him slip through their fucking fingertips, right? So why should the general public sit there on their dicks and be compliant and say, oh, the powers that be will figure it out, the FBI or the police? I think we're getting into this world, folks, once again. Same thing, summer of 2020 with all the Black Lives Matter or the protests, the riots. I think people are getting to the point where don't always trust the authorities, don't always feel like big brother or big sister or fucking mommy and daddy of society is going to fix all our fucking problems. We're just kind of evaluating that these authority figures that we put so much faith in, they're just human too. So why should we sit there and be, pedestrian when it comes to these situations? If we feel that the powers that be aren't handling their business, you know what I mean? We'd all like to think that, hey, someone's looking out for us, and Big Brother, Big Daddy, we're all going to be okay, and Santa Claus is going to come every Christmas. But when you have a situation where there's a young woman getting killed and there doesn't seem to be any fucking answers, that's when you get people like Dog involved. That's when you get fucking super sleuths on the internet doing this. So there you fucking have it. It's just it's my kind of counter rant. Like, look, I live here in Florida, and I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with this case. It does not involve me. I don't know these fucking people, but just being here, it's tempting, to be honest, to go driving down and, I'm going to go fucking investigate, or I'm going to go to this fucking memorial service, or I'm going to go to the reserve. It's oddly tempting to do something like that because the internet or the YouTube TV or YouTube, it makes it sound so exciting and enticing, like, oh, got to be part of this thing. Well, here's a guy named Dog who obviously is self-important, and he does a reality show and he likes being on camera, but part of it is because in his mind he's justified because he's getting the bad guys of the world, right? So why wouldn't you expect a guy like that to go down and do something? Why wouldn't you expect that? So I don't know. I think we're in different times, folks. We have the tools. We have all these new toys, social media, phones, phone cameras, face recognition, thumb fucking print recognition on your phone. All these things that we have that we don't really know how to work it yet. Like, we don't know the responsibility fucking tracking on your phone or tracking on your advertising, what you're doing in your life. And hey, even this fucking live stream, what you're doing, at what point do we cross over lines? And who's to say what's what? So I guess my thing with the dog guy is, look, uh, if he went down and knocked on the door of this Brian Laundrie family, if there's some type of crime committed in him doing that as a private citizen, then fucking arrest him. But if not, I guess he has the right to do his own fucking investigation as a citizen of the United States. And unless the family has told him to stop, which I don't think they have, meaning the surviving family of Gabby Petito, they haven't told Dog to stop. So I guess he's within his rights as a concerned citizen to do stuff like this. And for the critiquers of him, uh, well, then stop the mess, stop the media coverage. If you're going to criticize Dog for getting involved, then don't cover it on the news. Don't stop covering the case on the news for the ratings and for the viewership, because then you're just exploiting it too, right? So there you fucking have it. I guess I don't like hypocrisy, and I don't like apathy. And I feel in this particular case, look, I don't know this Dog guy. I never met him, but he has a very striking look. I mean, he looks like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, and he's got the fucking mullet and the crazy hair. But I mean, I think Dog in this particular case has a good heart. He's trying to help. And for the people, this lady on TV that was criticizing him, well, you had the fucking FBI. The powers that be had their fucking opportunity, and they failed. Okay, or they're failing. For all the fucking man hours and taxpayers' dollars at work searching through this ridiculous reserve in this swamp, they really haven't come up with fucking anything as of now, have they? So why should we critique this Dog individual for trying to do something when the powers that be and the authorities that we all blindly trust failed, apparently? It's just my take. I could be off the charts. I could be wrong. Knee-jerk reactions. But I'm telling you, this is a case that, you can try to escape from it. You can try to be lofty and above it and say, well, missing white woman syndrome and all that good shit. But when it comes down to it, once again, it's a fascinating case. It strikes some fucking nerves with people. Um, Trust, people want to feel like they can have a relationship with someone and not get killed by them, male or female. And everyone wants to be, escape. Wouldn't it be fun to go on a van trip with somebody and escape from reality, and then you get fucking killed? So, I mean, it's kind of a nightmare, in some ways. So I think that's why, the case is interesting. Yes, there's a million other fucking missing person cases. The indigenous women, other people are getting murdered and killed all the fucking time. The world's a horrible place in some regards. You know what I mean? It's not fair. But what can I fucking tell you? It's fodder for it's cannon fodder for pop culture conversation, water cooler talk. Hopefully something good comes out of this thing. Like I said in my earlier rant today, and I guess I'm just having a Mike Messier day of YouTube. The monarch butterfly wings and the pictures of this young lady and the Let It Be tattoo, interesting stuff. I'm sure there's going to be some fucking conspiracy videos that I won't make, but others will. I'm just pointing in the fucking sky like Babe Ruth. That prepare yourself for that pop culture world. Prepare yourself for that, YouTube viewers. That, the monarch, just the fucking fact that she's pictured in front of this butterfly on the wall thing with the wings and the Let It Be tattoo, you're going to get so many fucking conspiracy theorists on this thing that probably are already at work making their videos. I'm not going to go down that path, but I know that path exists because I've been through that rabbit trail of YouTube conspiracy shit. So, so that's it. The fucking Transformers movie is fun. Once again, it's balance. Everybody, you got to balance your pop culture consumption, good, bad, and different, escapism, with always accomplishing your own things. As you know, I'm a published author, A Distance from Avalon, self-published, of course, me writing this goddamn book. My buddy Nazar doing the cover art. Of course, you can buy the fucking thing if you want to help me out and do your fucking part to support. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I'll leave it at that. I hope that the fucking Gabby family finds peace. I feel bad for them, and hope everyone's having a good week. It's only Tuesday, and like I like to say, we have the whole week to fuck up. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks.